Guys, welcome back to the channel. As usual, I am your host, Sellssi Fiawe, with some updates for you. But before then, today is July 2nd, and 14 years ago, the Ghana Black Stars unfortunately failed versus Uruguay in that heart-wrenching quarter-final game at South Africa 2010. The very first time Africa hosted the World Cup, Ghana could have possibly made history, but it wasn't to be. Luis Suarez did what he did for his country. Baby Jet could not find the back of the net. In the ensuing penalty shootout, Ghana lost 4-2. And it's quite similar to what happened last night between Portugal and Slovenia. Yes, the Portuguese side, Ronaldo had a chance to win it for them in extra time. The last kick, getting to the end of the first half of extra time, he missed. Yano Black with a big save. But thankfully for Ronaldo, in his shootout, his teammates were able to do their job from the spot, and they were successful in the end. Unfortunate that could not be the narrative for the Black Stars, but it's a day we have to painfully remember every year. And every time it's 2nd July, it just pops into my head. I watched that game in the assembly hall of my secondary school, and I was numb. I could not move that day. It was quite painful to watch. Where were you on that day when Baby Jet and the Black Stars almost made history? Baby Jet always wishes he could go back in time and make amends, but unfortunately that is not possible. Today we're going to talk about Olympics qualifications to our swimmers. 2 swimmers will be representing Ghana. I'll be revealing them to you, and why Abeku Jackson is not one of those 2 swimmers. Kudus Mohammed is also doing some amazing work with Dr. Pambo with the Black Stars. They visited a school and encouraged them. We'll talk about Kudus Muhammad there. And El Ittihad and the Saudi League fans are pushing for Kudus Muhammad to join the Saudi League. They want him in. After he posted him with the Ghana Football Award he earned over the weekend, there are so many calls from the Saudi fans under his post for him to go in there. Will Kudus Muhammad go there into the Saudi League? Well, only time will tell. But as usual, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Click on that notification bell to get more updates. We'll jump right into it, and first talk about Kudus Muhammad and his work he is currently doing with Dr. Prince Pambo, the football star. Along with Dr. Prince Pambo, visited St. Nicholas Charity School. It is in Tema. Kudus had earlier promised, according to Dr. Prince Pambo, to visit the school when he had time. Unfortunately, he was busy during the season with West Ham United and scoring goals for them. This time he was able to make it, and let's have a look at what Kudus Muhammad said to them and how he encouraged them, along with what Dr. Pambo said.
It's a privilege for me to be here. I heard about the educational purpose and the project here, and then I thought it would be very nice to come and see and then encourage you guys. All of you have dreams and aspirations that you want to achieve, but the baseline to all of that is education. Even in football, we still use education. All the dreams you guys want to achieve in your life, I think education is a basic part of it. So it's nice to see you guys are happy and enjoying what you do. It's nice to be here, and then you can see the smiles on my face, and then the teachers and all the workers and everyone around putting in effort every single day to make sure that you guys get the best education as possible. I want to use the opportunity to also thank them, but I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
I'm happy we have Kudus with us here. I was here sometime last year during one of the programs. He was supposed to be here himself, but he was busy scoring goals for West Ham. So I represented him, and I made a promise that when he finds time, we will visit the kids and the school. And we just want Mohammed to serve as an inspiration for the children. We can identify with a lot of the children here because we both come from the same background, right from the northern part of the country. and very deprived beginnings. But today, Kudus is who he is. Just because of God's grace and hard work. I find myself where I am as a doctor just because of God's grace and hard work. So all of you here are capable of becoming doctors, lawyers, footballers, teachers, and everything you want to.
So you saw Kudus Mohammed there, happy to impart a bit of knowledge to the youngsters. Great to see him taking part in doing these charity works. He acknowledged the importance of education. As even a footballer, you still have to educate yourself. You have to make sure that you educate yourself and improve yourself through education. It's important. No matter where you find yourself in, learning never stops. You have to either upgrade yourself in your field or upgrade yourself in whatever you are doing. It's essential to stay relevant, and that is what he's encouraging these youngsters to do here. Dr. Prince Babo also spoke about the fact that he and Kudus Muhammad came from such humble beginnings and are thankfully at this point in their lives where they are quote-unquote big men, and they can impart knowledge onto the younger ones. Everything you dream of becoming is valid. And talking about dreams being valid, Kudus Muhammad is a person of interest for the Saudi Pro League. Fans of the Saudi Pro League stormed his comment section yesterday when he posted about him winning the Ghana Football Awards. Kudus Muhammad, friends, he is still garnering a lot of support to get into the Saudi Pro League. A lot of fans from the Saudi Pro League want him in. You've heard the story of what Baby Jet has advised. We've heard the story of how much he could possibly be earning. And Baby Jet's advice is what some of you resonate with. Others say he has to go for the money because it's a short span career. We all know probably he will make the best decision that is in his interest. And we can all just sit here and make our own conclusions, but ultimately the decision lies with the player and how he sees his future. So right now the fans of the Saudi Pro League will be garnering for him and telling him where to go, but we hope that Kudus in the end chooses something that will benefit his career in the long term. My next and final story has to do with the Olympics team. Yes, Olympics team swimming. Yesterday I talked about the athletes that have qualified. Now it's time for the swimmers. Unfortunately, there will be no Abeku Jackson in the swimming this year. And that is because Abeku Jackson has used up the wild card slots that is given to countries that are unlikely to qualify using the normal routes, which involves us using the standard or the Olympics standard. Now, this is how it works, and this is why Abeku Jackson is not in there. At every Olympic Games, the World Aquatic hands wildcards to countries that may not particularly stand a chance to qualify by the qualification standard time sets for the races. The wildcards are handed to the best male and female swimmers in the country by the points they have both racked up in the FINA rankings due to meets they have been to all year round. In Ghana's case, the best female swimmer by points recorded from the World Athletics is Joselle Mensah, so she gets in easily as the female swimmer there. In the male edition, Abeku Jackson is Ghana's lead swimmer and has recorded the most points. But there is a little caveat. World Aquatics set up a rule that said that the wildcards may be handed to a swimmer twice. After the second time, another opportunity has to be given to another swimmer. Abeku failed to meet the qualifying time for his races, and after competing at the 2016 and 2020 Olympic Games, he will not get a chance to use the wild card again. And that is why in Abeku's stead, Harry Stacy will be giving that wild card. So Abeku Jackson probably should be in here, but he's used the wild card twice, so he will not be at this summer's Olympics, which is in 2 or 3 weeks time. Unfortunate news on that front for Abeku Jackson, but the rules are the rules, and he will probably understand it better than any one of us. So that is it on the front of Abeku Jackson, and who is going to represent Ghana at the Olympics in this week, Olympic Games. Yes, he's going to represent Ghana at the Olympic Games. Congratulations to the qualified athletes. We'll be watching them closely, and hopefully they do Ghana proud. So that has been it for today. Remembering 2nd July 2010, it's like 14 years from that amazingly crazy World Cup quarterfinal game between Ghana and Uruguay. Where were you during that game? We also have been talking about the Saudi Pro League fans going crazy for Kudus Mohammed, the amazing job he is also doing in that school with Dr. Pambo. He visited them. The Olympic Games swimming qualification given to 2 of Ghana's swimmers who are going to the wild card. Abeku Jackson misses out. He's already used it twice. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great week.